Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday?
Nothing.
I don't know. The weather's going to be great this week. Looks like the rain is over and should be in the 70s.
Yeah.
First thing I looked this morning.
Warming up by the end of the week, just in time for leather shorts.
Yep. Dry and nice, though, after a rainy day yesterday.
Yeah, boy, it did. I mean, it just wouldn't stop.
But here we go.
Very heavy rain and lighten up a little bit. The dogs were like, we're not going outside.
It's officially fall now.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we'll get into some of our favorite things about fall. We'll recap our Week 3 pigskin picks. We'll see how we did. Now that Monday Night Football is in the books. Let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. Talked to Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show. Was hanging out with him on Friday.
I think he'll be in town this week.
Yeah, he'll be in town later this week. And so this week we'll talk to him on Tuesday. Next week we're going to transition to Wednesday because we've got Doc joining us tomorrow for the Racing Report rather than Friday because we'll be broadcasting live from the stateroom for our 19th annual live broadcast to kick off Oktoberfest in La Crosse. And then next week, Doc's in on Tuesday to talk Oktoberfest racing at the La Crosse Fairground Speedway. And we'll be drinking bloodies and doing all that. So we'll move Grant to Wednesday next week. A couple of shuffles.
Things are fluid.
Yeah. Lots of other stuff to get to, including Bad News, Happy Music. And I know you're waking up very concerned. I did not find the bucket. The search is over. I have called off the dogs.
Oh, God.
And we're going to Menards today to get more steaks.
Did you lay on the floor and
No,
look
I
at
didn't
it
do anything stupid like your hippie ass told me. I'm not doing any of that.
These were tips. Did you talk to St. Anthony, the
There's
finder of
nothing above me in my garage that I cannot see from standing. I'm not going to lay down on the floor.
It's called change your perspective, Brian.
It has nothing to do with being able to see the top of my garage.
Changing your perspective.
It has nothing, nothing changes. So yeah, so it's over. I'm calling off the search.
It's going to be okay.
I'm so pissed.
I know. You look defeated. Is what
I do,
look.
because I was like, man, it's got to be somewhere.
A lost blue bucket that's never going to be found again. Is that what you're saying?
We'll get to some Volbeat here in a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Lots of stuff happening yesterday. Just kind of a whirlwind of news. Kimmel coming back tonight. Apparently, the suspension has been lifted. So he will return to ABC, at least some stations. ABC releasing a statement saying, quote, last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. Mm-hmm. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy. And after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Expected to address it when he gets on stage tonight. I mean, how do you avoid it? Sinclair Broadcasting, one of the major station owners that threatened to boycott Jimmy Kimmel, says it still plans to preempt the show. So they're not going to be showing it on the Sinclair stations. But Nexstar has yet to comment. So I don't know what stations they own or where that affects people. But even though you may hear that it's coming back, you may not be able to see it depending on who you have for a cable service.
Yeah, who's carrying? They distribute ABC programming, I believe, on, 27 groups of marketing, media conglomerates across it. So I don't know.
And it's not like one here and one here. It's more like a swath of people in a general area of the country. Also in the news yesterday, Trump administration stated that the use of Tylenol during pregnancy may be linked to an increased risk of autism and that pregnant women should limit their use. At the press conference at the White House yesterday, President Donald Trump, flanked by the nation's top public health officials, said the Food and Drug Administration will begin notifying physicians immediately that it is strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. Poppy, not the singer, but the soda, apparently had a class action lawsuit.
Why?
Improperly marketed. So, truth in advertising. The deadline to submit a claim, by the way, for part of a sparkling prebiotic drink from Poppy is soon approaching. It's an $8.9 million class action lawsuit. The owner of Poppy, the former owner, I should say, VNGR Beverage, agreed to settle claims that the beverages were improperly marketed, labeled as gut healthy back in July of this year, 2025. Consumers made purchases based on that claim, although it was not backed by any scientific evidence, according to the lawsuit. Company did not admit to any wrongdoing. Customers who purchased any flavor or package size of Poppy between January 23rd of 2020 and July 18th of 2025 are eligible for a portion of the class action lawsuit and the settlement payment. The deadline to submit a claim, by the way, is what's this Thursday, the 26th?
Jeez, how would I ever do that? I'm certain I have bought those many times. They were one of Ella's favorites. But what, you got receipts from 3 years ago for a 6-pack you bought?
With a proof of purchase, customers who bought, maybe go back in your credit card records, right? If you buy your groceries with your credit card every time, you can maybe, I don't know. But between, again, January 30th of 2025 and July 18th of 2025, you may be able to get some cash back. And you can obviously Google Poppy if you're concerned and want to find out more about how to get some of their money. Apparently, there's more radioactive shrimp.
I saw that, like a lot more, isn't there?
More than 85,000 bags of shrimp sold at Kroger-owned grocery stores all around the U.S. are now being recalled, adding to a growing list of products flagged over possible radioactive contamination.
That seems like a big deal.
Yeah, we've been eating this. Well, look, this shrimp is not caught in the ocean. This is something they grow in a lab somewhere, right? So it's not like it's all that healthy for you in the first place, but now it's got radiation in it. Aquastar Corp of Seattle issuing a recall for almost 50,000 bags of Kroger raw colossal easy peel shrimp, another 18,000 bags of the Kroger Mercado cooked medium peeled tail off shrimp, and then almost 18,000 bags of Aquastar raw peeled tail on shrimp skewers because they may have been prepared, packed, or held under insanitary conditions. Radioactive chemicals. That's good. That's good.
Well, we had that one earlier this summer, and then now this is a lot more, affecting a lot wider swath of frozen shrimp.
So, shrimp recall, Poppy class action lawsuit, Tylenol for pregnant chicks, and Jimmy Kimmel's back. Oh, yeah, and by the way, today's the Rapture, so don't go to work.
Well, I think you'd already have made that decision if that was important to you.
According to certain people on TikTok, the Rapture is coming today. And they are apparently preparing by selling off their worldly possessions and quitting their jobs.
They're finding someone else to take their animals.
And offering rapture advice. What happens when the rapture happens? Like, do you just float? Do you die? I mean, is it like Judgment Day? Like Terminator?
A lot of other thought processes.
Rapture, a Christian belief of the end of times. It is when both living and dead believers will ascend into heaven to meet Jesus Christ at the second coming. So we just float. We just go up. We go up.
I think it depends.
We go up there.
Or he's walking again.
Okay.
Or he's back.
Back in June, a South African pastor shared his vision of the rapture.
Yes, that's what it was.
On the I've Been Through the Most podcast. In the viral YouTube video of the podcast, a pastor named Joshua something or other made claims that he saw Jesus returning to earth on the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, which began at sundown yesterday. So he said to me, the 23rd and 24th of September, I will come back to earth. So maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Jesus didn't really have a set date on it, according to this guy, and we'll see what happens.
For thousands of years, there's been days where Christian prophecies have linked it to.
Are people legitimately quitting their jobs, or is this just like a funny,
Tide
stupid
Pod thing, where they say everybody's eating them, and it was like one kid? I don't know.
I mean, I'm watching some of these videos, and like
they're really
these people seem like they might need some help.
Well, it depends on how you look at the news of the rapture, I guess.
Please make sure that you are ready. Make sure that you know you are right with God. Talk to your loved ones. No one is promised tomorrow, regardless of whether it happens tomorrow.
That part's good.
Well, I guess. I don't know if I need the rapture to.
That's just a good message all around. Remind the people that you love them that you love them.
Boy, this one lady in particular, they got all her videos up here. She's really going. This guy took all the money out of his bank account. He's got a big wad of it in his hand. All right. I wish I had known this before I got up and came to work this morning. I would have had can I get the day off if I claim beliefs? Wasn't it like that with the shot? You could just say, "Hey, look, this is against my religion."
Today's a big day for me, and I got a lot to do.
I got to sit here and wait to meet Mr. Jesus. All right. Well, good luck to you. It is foggy enough. He could sneak down here. You know what I mean? He could just kind of.
Big day.
All right. Highly suspect now, Lydia.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Week 3 of the NFL wrapping up last night with the Lions over the Ravens. Derrick Henry dropping the ball again.
This is an 8-point win for the Lions to get to 2-1, and this was an impressive night all the way around for Detroit. 38 carries on the night for the Lions, 224 yards.
38-30 final score. Derrick Henry having some fumble problems early in the season for the Ravens. I don't know. Got some problems. Got to fix them. He's fumbled in every game this season. Week 4 will kick off Thursday night. Seattle Seahawks will be at the Arizona Cardinals. That game on Amazon Prime at 7:15 p.m. Vikings will be in Ireland on Sunday at 8:30 in the morning on the NFL Network against the Steelers.
There's been several instances.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of places were doing like Jameson parties, and in Dublin they were getting ready to welcome American football fans too. We have a friend that's going to that. I was telling my husband about that. He was like, "What a cool trip, adventure for him to be, heading there to Dublin and taking in this game. It's going to be neat."
Yeah, Vikings and Steelers, 8:30 in the morning on Sunday on the NFL Network from Ireland. And I think the Vikings stay in Europe, right? Don't they have another game?
Do they play in London then?
I think so, right?
The Browns?
Yeah, I'm not. I'd have to look at their schedule again, but I'm not sure. The Bears will be on Sunday afternoon. The 3:25 starts in Vegas.
Go Bears.
And then the Packers are, of course, in Dallas Sunday Night Football to take on the Cowboys.
Go, Pack, go!
The Brewers opened up their season last night in their series in San Diego last night with a 5-4 loss in 11 innings. The next game for the Brew Crew is tonight in San Diego at 8:40.
You've got Freddie Fermin coming to the plate. The deadline acquisition by A.J. Preller from the Royals.
Fermin lines it into left center. It's a walk-off. Johnson's coming from third. And with that, for the 4th time in the last 6 seasons, the San Diego Padres are headed back to the postseason in 2025.
Don't you find it just so fitting that a guy they got at the deadline comes through with the big hit? Freddie knows it. Everybody knows it. It's time to get wet, San Diego.
Weird way to end that.
That's...
While the water bottles and the Gatorade all made their way out as he was coming around. Yeah, so time to get wet, San Diego. Padres, obviously, as you heard, they're clinching their spot in the playoffs as well with the win last night in extra innings. Brewers in San Diego again tonight at 8:40. Jim Harbaugh said yesterday the Chargers running back Najee Harris has a season-ending Achilles tear. He collapsed on a play-action play in the second quarter of the Chargers' 23-20 win on Sunday over the Broncos. Also, Nick Bosa, all-pro pass rusher, will miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Bosa left the 49ers win over the Cardinals early. Head coach Kyle Shanahan initially optimistic. They did an MRI, though, and it looks like he's done for the season. So Nick Bosa and Najee Harris both done for the season with injuries. Meanwhile, over in college basketball, Bruce Pearl stepping down as the men's basketball coach at Auburn, kind of suddenly, will move into an ambassador's role in the athletic department as a special assistant to the athletics director. His son, Stephen Pearl, the Tigers' associate head coach, got a 5-year contract as the program's new head coach, so a little nepotism.
Totally.
Moving up the ladder there, taking over for his dad. And Duke's Kara Lawson named the next head coach of the United States women's basketball team. She was an assistant coach on the 2024 gold medal winning team and a gold medalist herself back in 2008. She'll take the U.S. team to all the major competitions leading into the 2028 Summer Games in L.A. So congratulations to Duke's Kara Lawson.
Well done.
Taking over on the bench for the U.S. national team for the women. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, they were saying in Dublin, like, we're ready for you. Bring the body paint and the horns and the purple and all of that stuff. Remember where you are. You're in Dublin. The bars are going to open early. And,
hell yeah.
And just a scene, I think that's going to be so much fun for people that are able to make that trip. Wow.
I think I'm going to text Spaz, our buddy, today and see if we can get a live check-in with him, because I know he's going to the game too. And maybe
awesome.
I know we're not going to be able to talk to him on Sunday, but I'll see when he's going, and maybe if he's going to be there on Friday, or maybe he'll still be there on Monday if we can talk to him.
Yes.
And see what the schedule. I don't know how expensive those phone calls are, but
he should have a cell plan that allows for it. But yeah, I was seeing some of the bars and stuff getting ready, and it looks like it's just going to be so much fun.
It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to what's new on New Release Tuesday in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Her name is Taylor, life of a showgirl. With streaming bundles everywhere and exclusive merch to snare, she posts the trailer to hype the drama. Swifties pack online shopping carts, maxing out their credit cards. New re-release she scores, call that a cash encore. She has bills and kindly remember a wedding to pay for at the Cash Grab. Cash Grab-a-rama. The same scheme used by Apple products here at the Cash Grab. Cash Grab-a-rama. Those checks she's cashing to the bank. She's laughing Taylor's Cash Grab. It's never enough.
So there's a CD, and then there's a movie coming out too, or something?
It's a short release. It's just for the weekend. It is launching at the same time. It's called Showgirls, by the way.
Yeah.
Launching the same day as her album drops.
Okay.
So it's just for a couple days. It's already banked, by the way, $15 million in advance ticket sales. Looks to be a $50 million opening for a one-weekend only play of a movie. So it's going to... AMC, by the way, posted 6th biggest day ever.
Check local listings.
Advance tickets with the new Swift movie, yeah.
All right. I'll make sure I run out and see it.
I'm certain that my girl and all her friends already have tickets. I am positive. It's not this weekend, the next weekend.
Television today/tonight. You've got Dancing with the Stars, new episode on ABC, One Hit Wonders night.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
The Voice on NBC, part 2 of the blind auditions. Also on Fox tonight, the 2nd season premiere of Murder in a Small Town.
What can you tell me about that? Get the hell out of here. Shouldn't you be out looking for killers?
You're very good at that. The steely gaze and the cryptic silence.
There's something we're missing.
We don't see the world the same way.
Something about small towns.
Something about small towns, Gene. Murder in a Small Town, season 2 premiere on Fox tonight. Kind of bummed. The first season finale of Alien Earth tonight on FX. 8 episodes. Kind of bummed.
Why?
Well, because it's good. I want to keep watching it.
And it's over already.
First season's coming to an end.
Aw.
Kind of a bummer. Over on NBC tonight, you've got America's Got Talent. New episode of that. Your boy, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, what about?
He's going to be in a show called The Lowdown. Series premiere of The Lowdown tonight on FX. Ethan Hawke is a citizen journalist. I think that means he's like a conspiracy theorist kind of guy.
Okay.
Stumbles upon a cover-up by a politically ambitious family when one of the articles prompts someone to take their own life.
Citizens arrest! Ha! Ha ha ha!
That's when the trouble really got started.
This is Lee Raybon.
Lee Raybon.
He'll write for any publications that'll humor his conspiracies.
You read my paper? It's booty and bad guys.
He's rough around the edges.
Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. You want to drive?
Now and again, he gets in over his head.
Pain is only temporary.
The Lowdown, starring Ethan Hawke, series premiered tonight on FX.
Supposedly good reviews from what I was reading,
Peter
kind of in that.
Keith David, and
kind of a little, kind of like a nod to the Big Lebowski, almost a little bit weird, and the characters are odd, and it's kind of the writer and director did Reservation Dogs, right? So I guess I don't know.
Well, FX typically puts out some pretty
interesting
stuff. Season 2 premiere of Doc on Fox, medical drama that stars Molly Parker as a doctor struggling to resume her career after she lost the past 8 years of her memory in a car accident. Apparently she wasn't a very nice person before that, and so now she's trying to make amends but can't remember anything. Also, episode 2 of High Potential on ABC tonight, and a new stand-up special on Netflix. Cristela Alonzo, Upper Classy.
When I go to bed, I can't go to sleep. Like, I'm so connected to my phone that the moment I get into bed, my phone's like, yo, let's look up some stuff. What's the weather like in Detroit? An hour later, I want to go to sleep. My phone's like, not yet, girl, not yet. You remember Debbie? No, I don't. 8th grade, you wore Payless shoes. She called you poor. Where the hell is Debbie now?
Cristela Alonzo, Upper Classy, new stand-up special on Netflix today. Late night shows, all going to be new, including Kimmel. He's back after his suspension. Not sure who he's going to have on the program tonight, but I'm guessing he'll be talking about the suspension and Trump and all that stuff. Fallon is going to be new with Leonardo DiCaprio, talking about his upcoming film, One Battle After Another. Also joining Leonardo DiCaprio as castmates in the film, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, and Teyana Taylor. Also Kate McKinnon, your girl, going to be on with Jimmy Fallon tonight. Stephen Colbert is talking to Governor Gavin Newsom, who apparently who banned Kid Rock from playing in the state of California. Did you see this?
No.
It was a joke. It was meant to be tongue-in-cheek, but... also on with Colbert, Priscilla Presley, who has been
all of a
revealing about Lisa Marie and her sex life with Michael Jackson and saying some stuff about Elvis.
I saw that. Like, she's all of a sudden telling all the families.
Is she out from under an NDA or something like that? Is that what's going on? But yeah, she's been saying a lot of stuff, Priscilla Presley, recently. Has she got a book coming out or something? Is that what the deal is?
I guess I didn't. Oh, yeah, she does.
Okay, there you go. Sell that book, baby. Seth Meyers is also new. He's talking to Bobby Cannavale, Lola Young, Matt Rogers, and Bowen Yang. That's what's on the boob tube today/tonight. New release Tuesday includes the rated PG-13 Superman movie, starring David Corin Sweat, Alan Tudyk, Grace Chan, Bradley Cooper, Michael Rooker, Nicholas Hoult, Frank Grillo. We got Crypto the Superdog. We got Lex Luthor. We got Superman. Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
America.
Superman. Rated PG-13 on DVD today for new release Tuesday. Apparently went woke. Is that what people were mad about when it was in theaters? Right? He went woke.
I didn't see it. Is that what
they said? I didn't see it either. I'm going to watch it.
I know a lot of people adopted dogs afterwards, and I like that.
Crypto the Superdog. Also available on DVD, and I might have to be a caveman and find a DVD of this because my stupid Netflix plan doesn't include it because I don't have an ad-free plan. 28 years later, rated R, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and... So pissed about that.
There were so many dead. Infected and non-infected alike.
That's why our home is so precious.
You know, I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready, Jen.
7, 6, 11, 5.
Once you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
28 years later on DVD today for new release Tuesday. Of course, if you have the ad-free plan on Netflix, you can already watch it.
I already did.
If you're poor like me, then you got to have ads and they won't let you watch it. Ridiculous. Also on DVD today for new release Tuesday, Megan 2.0, rated R, starring Allison Williams Actually, it's rated PG-13, excuse me. Amy Donald, this is 2 years after Megan's rampage. Her creator has to bring her back to fight another AI bot.
Mrs. Forrester, we have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
How's this possible? You deleted it.
Apparently you didn't. Nothing in our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue. Killing anyone who's contributed to her creation.
Think I did it.
And you and Katie are next.
I know how to stop Amelia. She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
Megan 2.0, rated PG-13 on DVD today for new release Tuesday. Also a movie called The Home, rated R, stars Pete Davidson. He plays a guy named Max who realizes that the residents and caretakers in the retirement home he started working at are hiding sinister secrets. Yeah.
Pete Davidson, huh?
Yeah. It's good to see him getting work. Law & Order SVU Season 26. On DVD today, Last of Us Season 2 and Watson Season 1. That's what's new on new release Tuesday. Like I said, tried to watch 28 Years Later on Netflix, thought it was available, and then they said, oh, you have to have an ad-free plan to watch this.
So now you can watch it today.
I don't have an ad-free plan, and I'm not going to buy a DVD.
Well, just
like some kind of caveman. Got enough friggin' DVDs in our house. Don't need any more.
That might just have to wait.
I'm sure at some point it'll be open to everybody on Netflix. Got a text from Brian, said sports betting has ruined sports. That umpire was horrible, calling strikes at shoulder level multiple times. There's been bad calls, but literally shoulder level. Bring on the bots or discipline some people. Yeah, well, they're not going to discipline the umpires. I'm not quite sure what calls you were talking about because I didn't watch the game. I'm assuming he's talking about the Brewer Padre game from last night. That was the only one we talked about. But yeah, the bots are coming. So,
but
you're going to get your
clearly
wish.
There was some what he thought was bad calls made in the game last night.
Yeah, Brian very upset. Coming out the gate hot at 6:30 in the morning.
Smoke.
If you want to get in touch with us, rockmornings.com or download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and submit voicemails and images and videos that way. It's Bush.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
When you turn 105 years old, you can pretty much do whatever you want for your birthday, right, Gene?
Yes. You don't even have to get to 105. I think anything after 90, doesn't
after
it?
90?
80,
Okay.
85, 80? I don't.
I mean, within reason, right? Maybe nothing criminal.
How criminal?
This is not criminal at all because it's a nun.
Oh.
But it would be funny if a nun was like, you know, I've devoted my entire life to Mr. Jesus.
Could I steal some gum?
And now that I'm 105, I'd really like to go to a strip club and see some naked Chippendales. You know what I mean? Not that that's criminal, but, you know, something a little less
than what you'd expect.
A little less holy, a little less pious, right? Northeastern Ohio, there's a nun on the run. Her name is Sister Renee Parman. Just celebrated her 105th birthday on the golf course.
What?
She's been hitting the links for over 60 years since she was in her 40s. She says it's a wonderful place to be, very meditative place. It's a beautiful place. I love to do it.
That's all true.
It is true. She loves golf, and she celebrated her 105th birthday by getting out on the links with her visor and her clubs and the whole 9 yards.
I drove the cart, and they said to me, well, why don't you take a chance and just do it yourself there? I said, what do I do? They said, you hit the ball. That was my only instructions that I've ever received. I love to do it, and I think it's a wonderful exercise, and I think it's one of the things that's kept me going.
We know about Sister Jean. Loyola University loves her basketball team.
Yes.
Well, this sister loves her golf game. Celebrated her 105th birthday by getting out on the links.
Spunky.
Yeah. Parman said her friends are the ones who got her into the habit, and through the decades, she stayed on the course.
She drives the cart.
5 years ago, on her 100th birthday, her friends got together and gave her a pandemic-friendly mini golf course celebration. This year, though, obviously removed from the pandemic, she was able to get back on the golf course and hit the links and have a
that
good
lady
day.
deserves her own cart. Not only drive the cart, but have a cart. Her cart.
Yeah.
Beep, beep.
This is super awesome, right? So, we know all too well about the influence and impact that a Make-A-Wish on a kid can have, right? A big, huge day, celebration for a kid, maybe a trip or a life-changing play set in the backyard, one of those kind of things. Mobility scooters, wheelchairs, those kind of things. And we hear about it a lot with kids, but not so much with adults. Right? You kind of...
The Make-A-Wish is generally...
Well, Make-A-Wishes.
Yeah.
There's a 70-year-old woman in Arizona, and her name is Carla Knight. And she is currently battling a very aggressive form of breast cancer. However, last week, she got to see her all-time favorite band, 9 Inch Nails. Got floor seats to the show thanks to an AARP program called Wish of a Lifetime. And it couldn't have gone to a more generous person, apparently. She says, I believe the more you give, the more you get back, always. And there's pictures and video of her rocking out to 9 Inch Nails. I'm assuming at some point Trent Reznor's going to get a wind of this and send some autograph memorabilia maybe to her.
Or set up a time
maybe
to have
meet
some
and greet,
coffee.
some kind of thing.
He does write a lot of things about death. I believe the more that you give, the more you get back. And I love giving things away. The 2 words, be kind. What you say might cheer them up in ways that you have no idea it does.
Carla's musical tastes range from Jefferson Airplane, Jethro Tull, to Motown, classical quartets on Sunday. She says cello is my favorite instrument. But 9 Inch Nails is her go-to right now. Korn is probably my second favorite band, she says. She loves Tool, Perfect Circle, Linkin Park. Favorite artist, though, 9 Inch Nails. She is receiving hospice care at her Mesa Senior Living Facility as she battles a spreading form of breast cancer. A few years after cancer took her husband, neighbors needed walkers and wheelchairs. Knight didn't hesitate to offer up extras from her house that she had. Generosity led a caretaker to nominate her for a Wish of a Lifetime from AARP, which reconnects seniors with their passions. Her wish was granted in the form of floor seats to see 9 Inch Nails at the PHX Arena, Phoenix. There she was in the middle of the mosh pit, just a few feet from Trent Reznor himself. Not sure if that's the same show where Santa Claus went crowd surfing. I don't think so, but said she's at peace when her playlist does come to an end, believes the best way to live life is when kindness is turned all the way up.
Well, that's a cool program.
Yeah, AARP's got a Wish of a Lifetime program.
I'm going to learn more about that.
For people like Carla, who are battling breast cancer in her 70s after her husband passed away and just want to go to a concert. Right?
That's great.
Very cool.
That is great.
Well, and as you know, someone who's that old and battling health issues, it's not easy
and she's
to get.
alone. Has friends.
I think she's got people that care for her. But what I'm saying is, taking someone like that out of where she's living, especially with the stuff she's dealing with, is not easy. Yeah. Before my mom passed away, I think she was a bit confused, and she's like, when you get out here, this was last year before we went out in June to visit her, and I had no idea what her condition was at the time in terms of like what she looked like. My aunts had told me it was pretty bad, but my mom said, when you get out here, I want you to put me on the back of that motorcycle and take me for a ride. And I was like, well, I'd love to, Mom, but we're not taking the motorcycle because we got a car full of crap. We're coming out there for 2 weeks. I can't really fit all that. And then obviously when I saw her, I was, we were even going to take her to a game at Fenway, and I don't know how the hell we would have accomplished that because it's just so much. But it's cool to see the AAR people.
What a great program.
Doing something like that. The Wish of a Lifetime. Carla going to the show. Coming up next, 5% of people do this with their phone. We'll find out what that is in just a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
5% of people in a survey say they do this with their cell phone. What is it, Gene? 5%. Very small amount.
Drain the battery to dead.
5% of people do this with their cell phone. What is it?
Put it in another language. I don't know. 5% seems like such a small amount.
Like trying to learn another language, so you put it in
like
German?
German, yeah. Like you just switch.
Isn't that what Hannah did when she was training to go back to...
Well, that I get if you're using it. I just thought maybe
brush up on your German?
Talk like a pirate kind of thing.
Yeah, that isn't it. No.
Okay.
5% of people
do this with their cell phone.
Do this with their cell phone. What is
Wear
it?
it on a necklace.
Wear it on a necklace.
I don't know. It's such a small, weird percentage.
5% of people in a survey say they do this with their cell phone. What is it? One more chance.
Well, sleep with it is not a high. It's not a high enough number. It's not. It's got to be way higher than that.
Random poll on Reddit found that 57% of people.
Okay, that's a lot more.
Say they carry their cell phone in their right pants pocket. 19% of people say they carry it in their left hand pocket. 12% of people say they carry their cell phone in a bag, like a purse or a merce. 7% of people put it in the back pocket. And the 5% claim that they carry it in their underwear.
You, of all people, should know I would never in my life wear black silk underwear.
Now, when you go to bars and you know women and how few pockets they have,
yeah,
you
there's
find
not a
out
lot of pockets.
That's probably where this 5% is coming from.
Bras.
A lot of bras, which is part of the underwear.
Oh, it is. Well, then that doesn't.
we were at a bar a couple of years ago, and it was a Sunday fun day. We're watching football. We're having a good time. Girl comes in, very bright, colorful dress, right? And her and her husband came and sat down next to us, and I was just being nice, friendly, and I said, oh, that's a really pretty dress. She's like, thanks, it has pockets. And she got up and spun around and was putting her hands in her pockets. She couldn't wait to tell me about it. I've never seen a woman with so much joy on her face. It didn't come from bacon or orgasms. It came from a friggin' dress having pockets. She was so happy.
Yep. It was a pretty dress, nice color, and...
It was like a fireworks was going off, man. She was instantly out of that seat. She was off that bar stool, spinning around, showing... I didn't even care. I was just, like, very happy for her. Like, all right. I guess you don't think about it when you're a guy, but apparently chicks' clothes don't have real good pockets.
Yeah, you very rarely can carry your phone in them. That's for sure.
Some people some of the people seem to be fooling around with the survey, but in the comments, women especially note that they don't always have much of a choice. Women's clothing doesn't necessarily always have the same size pockets that men's clothing does.
Yep. If you're lucky enough, it's not probably deep, especially with phones getting bigger, larger.
Right. And they don't want to carry their phone in a purse or around inside the house, obviously, because they're in the house, or in the purse, maybe you don't hear it or feel it ringing,
Mm-hmm.
so they stuff it in the bra or maybe in the waistband, and then it's in the panties.
Well, come on in for a dip, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You know what? I don't even have a bathing suit.
Fucking wear your underwear.
Yeah.
It's just like a bikini. It covers all the good shit.
Yeah, underwear is fine. It's like what they did in the old days.
Underwear would be fine. If I were wearing any.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
5% of people in a survey on Reddit say they carry their phone in their underpants.
Well, actually, if it was bras, I'm surprised it's not even higher, because that's been a go-to move for a long time.
Well, I think when you hear underwear, you think underwear, but as bra is part of that.
Yeah.
I think if you heard bra, Jesus, look at you.
Well, I'm just... That's been, a lot of you going places.
Well, yeah, you see them when they come in. They got them stuffed here, and it's just right up there, along with the cigarettes and the keys.
Or you're working, and you've got, and there's no place to leave it where it makes sense. And
nothing beats that girl in the club who's got all her crap and doesn't want to bring a purse, right? Like a full purse, and her little wristlet thing doesn't carry it all, so she's got like the drink over here, and she's got the keys and the wallet and the phone and the smokes and everything, and her vape and all in the other hand, and it's like a claw. It's like some kind of... It's like you're gonna get freeze like that, man. If you're not careful, you're gonna get some kind of carpal tunnel. The way you carry your stuff around, get a pocket or something. Yeah, sew some pockets into those things, man. I mean, seriously, can't you sew your own damn pockets?
No.
Why you gotta let the person do it at the jean factory?
Don't. But little backpack, a little sling pack or something.
Yeah, that's more of a maybe 90s, early 2000s thing. It's going out of style. Chicks are more into the purses and backpacks and all that stuff now. But yeah, 5% of people say they carry
Put it in your bra. You'll see phones and bras at best.
The one thing that I don't like about that is, as a former bartender, is you get the sweaty bra sweat money. You know, the dollar bills that come out.
Here it is.
Yeah, and you're like, But at the same time, do you know how many places that dollar bill has been?
Cookie?
Yeah.
Cookie Googleman?
Yeah.
Does this ring a bell? I'm not wearing underwear.
It'd be hard to carry your phone around if you're not wearing any underwear and you're Cookie Googleman. Wow. Bad news, happy music coming up later on. We'll talk to Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show. We'll get to our pigskin picks for week 3, see how we did now that Monday Night Football's in the books. And we'll get to more sports here in just a couple minutes. Right now, Disturbed.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Down with the sickness. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Week 3 of the NFL wrapping up last night with the Lions over the Ravens, 38-30 final score. I'm sure you're familiar with the Manning cast. Eli and his brother Peyton.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Alternate broadcast for Monday Night Football where they kind of talk to each other and yada, yada, yada. Have special guests. They had Michael Phelps, Olympic gold medalist.
Swimmer, yes.
And Eli and Michael both sharing funny stories about how they ran into fans who thought they were the other person.
There's been several instances from over the years. People came up to me. They thought that I was you. They thought I was Michael Phelps. I was at Newark Airport a few years ago. This guy walks up, has pen and paper. I start to sign my name, and he's like, I'm a big fan, Michael. I'm kind of like, that's weird. I hand the paper back to him. Like, I'm not Michael. He's like, you're not Michael Phelps? I'm like, no, I'm not Michael Phelps.
I won't say names, but there was an astronaut at a Super Bowl, and he came up to me in a suite, and he was like, I'm such a fan of your dad and your brother. And I was like, I have 2 sisters. Like, who are you talking? And I was like, oh, my God.
Eli and Michael Phelps getting mistaken for one another. Both have funny stories about that happening.
Huh. They don't look that similar, do they?
I wouldn't be confusing the two of them at all. But, I forget names 2 seconds after I hear them. So who am I to judge? Week 4 in the NFL kicks off Thursday night with the Seahawks at the Cardinals, 7:15 on Prime. The Brewers losing to the Padres in extra innings last night, 5-4. Padres clinching their spot in the playoffs with the win. And the second game of that 3-game series is tonight at 8:40. I think there's 4 games left. They got 2 more against San Diego, and then 3 at home against, I think it's Cincinnati. The ACC fining Syracuse $25,000 and also publicly reprimanded the school for faking injuries in a 34-21 win over Clemson last weekend, calling their actions unethical and contrary to the spirit of the rules. In their statement, the ACC said Syracuse violated an NCAA rule established this year aimed at stopping teams from faking injuries to slow down play. With 9:25 left in the fourth quarter, the ACC said the action of 2 players and a coach were a, quote, clear attempt to gain an unmerited advantage by stopping the game in order to secure an injury timeout. So, yeah, you got the other team, Clemson, playing with pace, kind of like a 2-minute drill, going down the field quickly.
Okay.
And they can't sub in defensive players, so what do? They fake an injury, and then you get the injury timeout, and they got fined for it, $25,000.
Yeah. I faked it.
What?
Yeah.
You faked it? Why would you do that?
Well, if it's enough already, and I just want to get some sleep.
Elsewhere in sports, I'm sure you're familiar with the Wiener Circle.
Yes.
Famous Chicago area hot dog stand where they yell and scream at you and call you bad names.
Uh-huh.
Very funny video of Jack McBriar going there with Triumph, the insult comic dog, and
hilarious
interacting with people,
Super
the
hilarious.
late night crowd.
Yeah, I'll take a hot dog. Sure. Jack, take this guy. I got to get him out of here.
Do you want this wiener to go, or would you like to shove it up your ass right here?
Very good. Very good. Shut up.
That's good. That's not bad.
Bitch, tip.
And they bang the lids and they...
Yeah, oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And if you're not ready with your order, I mean, it's like... What is it, Dick's Last Resort, right? That bar
You're just getting abused as a customer. That's all it is.
Well,
it's just...
the Wiener Circle's about to get abused today. The Wiener Circle gearing up to give away free hot dogs today thanks to Bears quarterback Caleb Williams the iconic hot dog joint, apparently appealing to Vienna Beef for some help on Twitter and Instagram.
And said...
So days before the Bears beat the Cowboys at Soldier Field 31-14, the Wiener Circle posted a message on Twitter offering to hand out free hot dogs today, Tuesday, if Caleb Williams threw 4 touchdowns.
Because I'm sure they didn't think it was going to happen.
Fresh off a 21-52 loss to the Lions the week before, the Bears obviously didn't look so good. You're probably thinking 4 touchdowns? That'll never happen. Well, it did happen. The Bears got their first win of the season on Sunday. Not only did Caleb Williams have one of his best career games, he also threw for 4 touchdowns.
So now they're like, we don't have enough hot dogs?
Securing free hot dogs in the process. The number 1 overall pick last year in the draft completed 19 of 28 passes, 298 yards, 142.6 rating. By the fourth quarter of this game, the Wiener Circle appeared to realize it may have gone a bit too far, quoting its message from Friday and asking Chicago-based Vienna Beef to chip in. Right? Like we
might have overstepped our bounds here. We were kind of a tongue-in-cheek, and now we've got to provide all these hot dogs.
The Wiener Circle said that they will give away 1 free hot dog per customer today, starting at 11 a.m. and continuing through 8 p.m. or until supplies last. As of the time when I saw this story, Vienna Beef had not responded to the request for some help.
Help! We need some emergency dogs.
Just back a couple of trucks up and have them ready to go because we might run out of dogs.
Ask me about my wiener.
Wiener Circle. Free dogs if you want to make a quick trip down to Chicago today. You got the day off and you're looking for something to do.
Stand in line with everybody else at 11 o'clock.
Well, I bet there's people out there now.
I bet there are, too.
I bet there are.
Well, it's iconic, too. And you want to be part of that. Take a picture.
And I'm sure they're going to be extra salty today. Extra salty today. All right. It is time for us to take a look at our Pigskin Picks, Week 3 edition, to see how we did. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
You don't sound too
I'm fine.
Jazzed up about this one, Gene.
I'm fine.
Now, last week, you finished with a 5-11 record. You picked 5 games correctly and 11 games incorrectly. I will tell you this. You had a much better week this week than you did last week.
Okay,
I improved a little bit over last week, but not by much.
So I had a big improvement.
Yeah, well, you finished 5-11, Gene, so, you know.
It's the only place to go is up, Brian.
Yeah, that's true. You started from the bottom, now we're here, right? All right, so we start with Thursday Night Football. Miami at Buffalo. We both picked Buffalo. That was a solid choice. Might have been the lock of the week, other than the Saints losing. So we both got that one right. Now, you took Carolina to beat Atlanta. I said Atlanta would beat Carolina. I was incorrect. You got that one right.
So that's 2. I got 2 right so far.
We both took Green Bay.
I know, that was...
that was
I'm
erroneous.
always taking Green Bay, but geez.
You took Houston to beat Jacksonville. That was incorrect. I got that one right. Then you took Cincinnati to beat Minnesota. They did not. They got throttled 48-10. I took Minnesota smartly, wisely. You took Pittsburgh because they were playing my Patriots, and you like to be a thorn in my side. I took the Patriots because I'm a homer, and they let me down, of course. Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson dropping the ball on the carpet about 8,000 friggin' times. Probably just had another fumble. Son of a bitch. Cut his ass. Next up, we both got Philly correct. That was an easy choice, right?
Sure.
Defending Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles over the Rams. We both got that one right. You took the Jets to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for some reason. You did not get that one right. I took Indy over Tennessee. That was correct. You, unfortunately, took Tennessee over Indy. That was incorrect. You did get Washington right, though. We both picked Washington. You incorrectly took Denver over the Chargers. I took the Chargers.
Dang it. I thought that one was
you also, again, stupidly, I told you, I'm going to tell you this every week until it gets into your brain. You took the Saints to beat the Seahawks. They got absolutely annihilated, 44-13. I smartly took the Seahawks. I'm telling you, the Seahawks, the Saints are going to lose all their games this year. They're not going to win. So I don't know why you keep picking the Saints.
Win one or two, and then I'll have that big victory over you.
You correctly picked Chicago to beat Dallas. I unfortunately thought Dallas was going to, I mean, Chicago looked like a dumpster fire the first couple of weeks there. We both got San Francisco right. Then on Sunday Night Football, you took the Chiefs. You got that one right over the Giants. I also took the Chiefs because, duh. Boy, Russell Wilson looks so bad. So bad. And then you correctly picked the Lions to beat Baltimore last night, which is surprising. I incorrectly picked Baltimore. I finished with an 11-5 record. In week 3, you picked 9 correct and got 7 wrong, Gene. So a market improvement.
That is a big, big improvement.
4 more correct picks for Gene in week 3.
That's more right than wrong.
Overall, I've got
Right?
a 34 and I've got a 34-14 record. You're sitting at 22-26. Nice losing record.
Into the 20s.
Seafood paella, one step closer to my delicious seafood paella.
So tomorrow we're making picks, is that right?
Tomorrow we'll make our
Okay.
week 4 picks. If you want to get a look at the schedule.
I will do that.
We'll advance
I will do that.
scouting for our week 4 pigskin picks, but I'm still thrashing you. I beat you on the weekly basis, 11-5 over 9-7, and then I'm up on you on the.
This is a fun little thing to do during
overall
football
stats.
season here to pick
Stop
the
picking the
picks.
Saints.
You can't tell me what to do.
That's such a dumb thing to do. You have an automatic win every week. 1. Bad news, happy music a bit later on. Grant Bills of the Wisco Sports Show going to join us, and we'll talk about some of the best things about fall. We'll get to that next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Ghost on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. You can get in touch with us by visiting rockmornings.com to find our contact info. You can also download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app, and you can submit voicemails, pictures, and videos through the app.
My girlfriend does the same thing when she finds a dress with pockets. It's like a whole nother level for them.
Something so simple that we take for granted as men. I couldn't believe how excited this random strange girl I didn't know was to show off that it had pockets, like I was going to care.
You complimented her dress. It
was a very pretty dress. It had a lot of colors. It was very bright and effervescent.
flowing,
It was in a, we're in a dingy kind of not well lit bar, and she comes in like a ray of sunshine, and yeah.
You said nice dress, and she said it has pockets.
Yeah, she got up from her bar stool, sprung out of the thing like a jack in the box, spun around, put her hands in her pockets, and goes, "Thanks, it has pockets." I was like, Jesus.
Well, so apparently so does his gal.
So, fellas, if the flowers aren't doing it, or some candy or whatever,
a skirt or a dress with pockets.
So don't go buy her one because you don't want to get the wrong size and then have another problem on your hands. But maybe, if she's got a favorite skirt or something like that,
see if you can get some pockets put in it.
See if you can get some pockets sewn into that son of a bitch, because that might do the trick. Download the 92.9 The X app or the 95.7 The Rock app to submit voicemails. Send in images and videos. Get in touch with us. Let us know what you're up to. It's always good to hear from you guys. Also find our contact info at rockmornings.com.
Brian, I just got to know, were you able to find those tie-downs or not?
I was not. It was a fruitless search. I have called off the search. We have abandoned
the blue bucket.
The efforts. The blue bucket
gave up on it?
Yes, because it's not anywhere to be found. It's gone. And I have to come to terms with that. And I'm struggling.
How would it have disappeared, Brian?
I have no idea. I didn't put it back where it belongs, which is my fault. I claim full ownership of this, but I'm still very upset. And so now today I have to go to Menards and buy some new steaks, and then I'll get the rest of my Halloween stuff out, and we'll be good to go.
It was a bucket of tie-down steaks and various things for all of your
I'd say I had probably about like 50 or 60 different kinds of steaks in there. All different purposes, collected over the years. One of those things, I don't know. I don't know how I could have misplaced it. I really don't. I don't know what to tell you. But sorry, there's an update on the steak thing from yesterday. They're gone.
It's not happening.
I looked again yesterday. I did a sweep of the house, and yeah, no such luck.
You got out the Christmas stuff from last year.
I went through everything in my house. Every place that they could be, I went through it. I did. More than once.
You opened up the tubs that have the inflatables for Christmas in them.
We don't have any inflatables for Christmas. We have those ones from Menards that you assemble. They're like furry, and they got like a skeleton almost on the inside, like a metal, frame, and then you clip them together, and they're not in those boxes. No. So I don't know where they are. They're gone. They're in the ether. They've escaped. Yesterday, of course, the first day of fall. Speaking of Halloween and decorations and things like that.
Yes, and pumpkins.
And new ranking about the best things about fall. It's all the stuff you expect.
I was just going to say, does this have anything? Is it like the return of football? Is it cool nights?
Surprisingly enough, the return of football is not on the top 15. So I don't know who they're talking to, but it's people who don't watch football or maybe didn't think about it that way, right? But they do coincide, right? The start of football season usually ushers in the beginning of fall. For me, it's the cooler temperatures. I'm so ready to get rid of summer weather. I hate it.
It's got to be on there.
Is
it cooler nights or something? Or
I don't know if these are in any particular ranking, but number 1 on the list, autumn leaves.
Of course. It's the leaf tracker.
Raking them does not make the list, but seeing them.
Yes.
And appreciating their beauty, Mother Nature's beauty.
Well, they have trackers where you can follow the patterns and make sure that you're seeing them at their peak.
The crisp fall air making the list at number 2.
Do they need the air? Do they need the air? Give them the air. They need the crisp fall air.
Crisp.
Watch how you say that.
Crisp. Comfy clothes.
There's comfy clothes for all seasons. Hoodies, is that the rise? I don't know. There's comfy clothes for all seasons.
The weather rears its ugly head at number 4 again. So crisp air and the weather are two different things.
What's this?
I think just the overall shift in weather, right? Like cooler temperatures. Maybe warm during the day, but cool at night. Cozy fires at number 5 on the list.
The cooler nights and the campfires.
These are a ranking of things we like about fall. Hot chocolate on the list at number 6. Number 7, Halloween.
That's on the list of fall stuff, huh?
The best things about fall in a unscientific ranking, asking people to say what they're looking forward to. Halloween is certainly on the list. Another thing that's cozy is sweaters. So cozy sweaters. So clothing articles, all sorts of different stuff. Beautiful nature trails. I think
those are any season though, aren't they?
Yeah, but I think being able to appreciate them with less bugs, right? You go out in the summertime and it's humid and it's buggy.
It's buggy now. I don't know. Trails are pretty in the
because
spring,
it's still
too.
like 90 effing degrees outside, Gene.
It's not.
When it's in the 60s during the day and there's less bugs, it's real nice to go for a nature walk. It's not bad. Thanksgiving at number 10. Number 11. This one is not so concrete. It's more sort of a general idea as opposed to something tangible. Everything seems more mysterious.
Dun, 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 dun. What is that shadowy thing lurking behind that? Is that a ghost?
The Beast of Bray Road?
Is it some sort of,
The Mothman?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything seems more mysterious, apparently, is number 11 on the list of the best things about fall.
Ghouls and goblins and pumpkins and...
Speaking of pumpkins, fall fruits and vegetables at number 12. Finding the perfect pumpkin
orchards.
At number 13.
That's my deal.
Pumpkin pie at number 14. Boy, the pumpkins.
Yeah, not the pie. Give me the apples, though. The apple orchards and the apple cider. And
number 15 on the list is Halloween candy, much more specific than just Halloween.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery.
Yeah, you can have candy anytime you want.
Yeah, but Halloween candy, it's different. You know that. Don't act like it's not different. Halloween candy is different than just having candy. There's a bucket of it. It's probably like a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern, and it's a little fun size, and you don't feel guilty about eating 30 of them. It's great.
Okay, well, that's just that you can have the fun size all
Halloween
time,
candy is different than regular candy.
It's just at Halloween.
You're very frivolous with this whole thing.
No, I'm just saying I can have little mini... I don't know if I look forward to fall because there's mini candy bars.
Further down the list is caramel apples at number 23, PSLs at 25, surprisingly low. And Movember at number 40. Interesting, Movember gets on the list there. But I would say for me, it's the cooler temperatures. I would say the beer season changes.
Yes.
Fest beers, winter beers are coming. You know, the darker, heavier beers that I like so much. Instead of like the lighter beers in the summertime.
Everything seems a little bit more mysterious.
I don't feel that way.
Is that a shadow?
I like the fact that the sun goes away a lot earlier so I can go to bed without the sun blinding me.
Windows open, nice sleeping at night?
Not at our house. Window AC all the way through. But able to shut the central AC off and open the windows and enjoy that in the house.
For sure. I'm looking at the fall color report for the state of Wisconsin, and it looks like there's not a ton of, like, some of the counties as you'd expect.
A lot of your favorite shows return, right? Because the summer break,
seasons.
right? New seasons begin.
Marionette County, Florence.
We probably got a couple weeks yet. I mean,
way up by Door County is where you're seeing most of the colors right now.
The best things about fall. All the usual suspects. Grant Bill's going to join us in a little bit, talking Wisco sports. Also got bad news, happy music later on. Right now, it's nothing more.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
All right. 8:15 Tuesdays. We're joined by the one and only Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show.
There he is.
Here on weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 p.m. on stations all across the state like WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. And last Friday, you got to hear me along with Grant Bills on his show. Normally, I call in drunkenly in the afternoons after I've had a few, wobbly pops. But this time I was actually a legitimate guest on this program.
Yeah, you were able to join him on the program.
It was very nice, Simpson. Thank you for doing that. I enjoyed it. You provided some great history of Oktoberfest, some great perspective to my listeners, and I learned a thing or two. Happy Oktoberfest week to the both of you, by the way. I played 2 gigs last weekend, Friday night and Saturday night. Saturday night took us all the way out to Wilton, which is in the greater Toma metropolitan area. We played a bar, and someone came up to me and said, hey, you need to say hello to Brian and Gene and shout out listeners over here. They were big Rock Morning listeners over all the way in Wilton. Can you believe that?
Wilton, W-Town, represent.
Yes,
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Did we get a name on this listener? Or?
I don't even remember if he told me his name. I'm sorry if he did. I can't remember.
It's all right.
I have that problem too. I forget names almost immediately. So, Grant Bills, let's get right into the sports stuff. What the F happened to the Packers?
I mean, that Jordan Love interception is really bad.
Yeah.
So,
4 minutes left. You got him by the short and curlies, and you blow it. I mean, first of all, look, the offense was struggling all day, so that wasn't going to be what saved you. But you thought you'd shut them down defensively, at least with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, even if Jordan Love takes a knee on that play and they punt the ball away, I feel awesome about their chances of winning that game, right? Like, that was the one thing you couldn't do. A lot of people who called my show or called Bill's show yesterday, because I produced Bill's show from 10 to 2, were like, oh, Matt LaFleur, the play calling and the blah. Well, I understand that not a lot was working, so you want to say, well, call different plays. That's an easy fix, right? They couldn't block anybody. Their 5 lowest graded players, if you look at PFF grade or whatever, most metrics will tell you this, were their 5 O-linemen. There were a couple of injuries. They were sliding around. It was just a catastrophe on the O-line. So they couldn't run block, and they couldn't pass block. So I'm not really sure what Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur was supposed to do, other than Jordan Love not throwing the worst interception that maybe we've seen him throw in the last year. Oh, yeah, and by the way, the special teams absolutely stink, and they missed what should have been a pretty simple game-winning field goal. So what went wrong? Just about everything, to answer your question.
And they still almost won the game. So that's, I guess if you're looking for a moral victory, granted, they were only playing the Browns, who have a pretty good defense, though, right? They have one of the better defenses in the NFL. So you're not looking at a scrub team here like the Saints. But still, you gotta win that game. I mean, you can't walk away from that with an L.
Well, yeah, when you have the ball up a touchdown, your defense is basically pitching a shutout. You have to win that game. And then when you're on the Browns 20, they have no timeouts, and you have a good field goal kicker. Like, that's just that's a game that you have to win. Now, if they come back next week and look great against the Cowboys, they go into the bye 3-1. Sometimes these losses happen, Simpson. You've seen a lot of very successful Patriots seasons in your life. You could probably go back through those seasons and find a loss in September where it's like, oh yeah, that was weird. Didn't really matter. Didn't really lead to anything, but it was weird.
Well, Belichick would always famously say that the first month of the season was an extension of the preseason because you're really trying to figure out what your team's going to be. And he had the luxury of Tom Brady as his quarterback, and he knew, hey, we're going to rip off 12 wins this season so we can F around in the first 4 games and not have to worry about it. But, I mean, you got a very competitive NFC North here. I mean, it's not a time to be losing games to the Browns.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just think if they go into the bye and they look good against the Cowboys, which is an if. I'm not guaranteeing that. But if that happens, they're 3-1 going into the bye, and I think all Packers fans before the season would have signed up for that in a heartbeat. I would have. I just wouldn't have expected the loss to come in Cleveland. But then again, that's how the NFL works. It was a weird game and a weird day in the NFL on Sunday. There was 4 or 5 blocked kicks and changed leads at the end. Sometimes that's the way the NFL works. It's just frustrating for the Packers because if they just do one of a couple simple things, they win that game and they're undefeated today.
Badgers, boy, what an absolute dumpster fire that is. What is he's got to make it through the season, but he's got to be gone, right? I mean, we're getting rid of Luke Fickell.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you've seen anything through 2 years and a couple of games.
He's
to
15
show you
and
that
15. 15.
Yes.
He's got 500 record on as a career for the Badger head coach. He's not doing anything. I mean, it sucks. They stink.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You've seen nothing through 2 years and change that have made you think, oh, there's something. They're progressing. They're improving. I can see what Luke Fickell is doing. I understand that Badgers fans are annoyed. I don't think that firing Luke Fickell fixes anything. I don't. Even if you do it at the end of the year. I think this program has devolved and slipped away and it probably started before Luke Fickell got here. I don't know. These problems and the solutions that they require are above my pay grade as a slap radio host. I don't know what they're going to do, and that's really depressing. Because for my entire life, this program was outstanding, and they were competitive, and they did all the little things, and they developed players, and they're doing none of those things right now. And I don't think it's just because of Luke Fickell, despite how badly everyone wants him fired. And again, because of the lack of progress, I can't really blame people for that.
Yeah, their bye week couldn't have come at a better time, right? Let the tensions simmer a little bit.
Students settle down
empty stadium there in the fourth quarter. I mean, what a mess! What an absolute dumpster fire!
It was a huge recruiting day on Saturday too. They had a ton of in-state recruits there, showing off the place. And then half of the bowl is empty in the fourth quarter, and the student section is chanting to fire the coach who's trying to convince you to come play football in Madison.
Yes,
right. So it's not great. The athletic director, unprompted, makes a statement after the game. The Chancellor, Jennifer Mnuchin, put out a statement yesterday about Chris McIntosh's statement. It's just oh, my God. The thing's just kind of falling apart. And I almost feel like Luke Fickell, although he was brought in to coach and lead this program, I almost feel like he's gotten caught up in it, too. He just looks defeated. In his press conferences, he's just what? I've tried this. I've tried that. I don't know. He seems like he's at a loss as well. It's a huge bummer.
I haven't watched any of his until this week. And does he do that weird bug eye thing all the time? Where he all of a sudden looks probably. And then he does this wide-eyed bug-eye thing, and then he kind of goes back to normal.
His blood pressure's out of control, probably, right? We can say that safely. He's got a lot of blood pressure right now.
He's expressive, he wants to look engaged and awake at the podium.
Well, Barry Alvarez, for what it's worth, said he's upset with fans that are chanting "Fire Fickell." It's that you should just be supportive and Barry's the king, isn't he?
Yeah, that's easy to say, but you're also.
I know.
That's great. That's great, but you're also you have expectations. You're a Power 5 conference. I mean, you're like a legitimate team. You're not some scrub out of North Carolina with some crazy head coach and his weird girlfriend on the sidelines. Let's get into that. Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show. We'll talk about something a little bit lighter. Bill Belichick, girlfriend Jordan Hudson, sideline, miniskirt, kissing him, talking to him. What the hell is going on?
During the game?
Yes. What's going on?
If I was Bill Belichick, I can't blame him. 25-year-old girlfriend, that's pretty sick for him. I don't know. It's weird, but, is anyone saying that? I don't know. He can do that, and I don't think, it's weird, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I would just confine it to spaces that are outside the public eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right on the sideline. Very strange.
Yeah, it's really strange. And again, I think we've talked about this last couple weeks. If I were Bill Belichick, my dream, I would be living my dream if I'm Bill Belichick. I would spend all of my time in Jupiter, Florida on my boat eating chips and salsa with my 25-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah,
and he insists on coaching football, which is fine. But then just just conceal the acts with the 25-year-old girlfriend to places that aren't in front of the stadium or the cameras. That's would
and
be
they
my
lost
advice.
again. Is that right?
Yeah, handily. Yeah. Well, they won.
Who'd they lose to?
I forget, but they won 2 in a row, and now they've lost again, and so it's just going to be this seesaw thing. And
yes,
they'll get into a bowl game. They'll be in like the Yum Yum Sugar Bowl game or something.
Central Florida.
Badgers. I'd kill for the Badgers to be in the Yum Yum Sugar Bowl. I would get the city Brewing Bowl or something like that. I don't know.
Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show. Each and every weekday afternoon from 4 until 6. You can hear him on stations all across the state of Wisconsin, like WKTY on La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. So you're going to be in La Crosse next week this week for Oktoberfest. And
correct.
I am going to actually physically have you with me at the tapping of the Golden Keg. Your first ever tapping of the Golden Keg. I can't believe you've never been to a tapping of the Golden Keg.
Well, I've been around. Again, I think we talked about this last week. Simpson, I know you get up early. I know you get up early. However, you do have the luxury of being done with work at like 9 a.m. And most of us don't. 9:30. I'll give you a little breathing room. So this year I've tried to line some things up where I can slip away and go see some of the sites. And
this is great.
I know. I'm excited.
Well, we leave our broadcast shortly after 10 o'clock. Shortly after 9 o'clock, and we got to come down to the station building and drop off a few things and kind of get reorganized. And then we head down there. We get into the grounds. We're usually in the first 10 to 15 people in line waiting. I've got to do the emceeing again for the Stein hoisting competition.
That'll be fun to watch for you, too.
Which wraps up on the main stage. You can see how a professional does it. And then...
Jesus.
Excuse me?
Nothing. I can't wait to watch and learn.
You should. I'll give you a little notepad.
Right, so
you can take some notes on how to do things around here. And then they tap that keg. We drink delicious ice-cold Sam Adams Oktoberfest beer. It's wonderful.
I'm looking forward to it. I've experienced Oktoberfest a good amount of times, but that's one thing that I've never done. It's always in that weird in-between window before the morning show or after the morning show, but before I got to go do the afternoon show and the other thing. So, Simpson, I will where you lead, I will follow.
And do we have you for the whole day? Or are you gonna?
No, he's got to do a show later in the afternoon.
You're gonna bitch out on me? Okay, he's gonna bitch out.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have an obligation at 4, but I'm free until then. So yeah,
All right.
whatever you want to do.
Load his ass with beers and get him on the air at 4 o'clock. Hell yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be fun. It's a good time. We'll see the swing crew. Maybe you'll be there just long enough to catch the beginning of Pat McCurdy.
The swing. You love your. Okay, I am going to use my words very carefully here. The swing crew is not a gimmick band, and neither is Pat McCurdy. But I would not guess, knowing you, that you are into such bands. Do you understand my confusion, or I need that explained a little bit?
Well, I enjoy the swing crew. But I love Pat McCurdy. There's a whole difference there.
Okay.
So
maybe you can explain it to me this week. I look forward to that.
And I will show you when you get here how to properly eat bacon like a man.
What do you want? What do you want from me? Do you want me to ball it up in my fist and eat it like popcorn, shove it in my yap? It's bacon. I don't want grease all over me.
So it was more like this.
Very dainty.
It was like
very
a straw.
Dainty. Like I feel like if there was some sort of little tong he could have used, he would have done that instead of put it on his fingers.
Why? Of course I would use a utensil. That's what utensils are for. That keeps the grease off of my hands and my dirty fingers off of my food.
And then he's got to touch his microphone. And
he doesn't. It's on his headset. He doesn't need to touch anything. You get a napkin. That's how you wipe off grease. It happens.
I appreciate.
You got a shirt.
You
got some shorts. You got all sorts of options to wipe that grease.
Sometimes I really feel like you just reach Simpson. Like, what this is what you're after me today is carefully eating my bacon. Yeah, I used my thumb and my pointer finger and I ate it. That's what I did. What's so? I'm not doing this. You know what, Simpson? You're right. You know what? You're right. I'll eat bacon like a man next time.
I'm not doing it. He's gonna
grab it with both hands and stuff it in your face.
Ball it
like
up.
a man. Be a man.
Good Lord.
Grant Bills, always a pleasure to talk to you. I will see you on Friday for the tapping of the Golden Keg.
Happy Oktoberfest week. It's the best week of the year. Let's hope the rapture doesn't actually happen today and we can celebrate.
Well, the guy said today or tomorrow, according to the story I read. So we may have a reprieve for today. So we'll see. But best of luck to you today, Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show each and every Tuesday at about 8:15. He joins us to talk Wisco sports and all sorts of other chicanery. It was just very dainty.
Was it? Yeah.
Not like no pinky thing going on. It was just more like
it's and taking
I could tell there was a fear of the grease. You know?
I see.
To each their own, though, I guess. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up in a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
I don't know how much validity there is to this story, but it's funny, so we should probably talk about it.
All right.
My wife has a very original name. I've never met another human being or heard of another human being that has my wife's name.
Which
Have
is
you?
lovely.
I'm not. I didn't
Yeah,
say
that's a lovely story, sentiment. Or parents thought long and hard about that. Or
I don't think
read
so.
A story,
I think the story goes that her dad heard someone called that on a TV show and thought it was beautiful, and that's what they went with. So this has to do with the uniqueness of names. We've seen in the past people try to name their kids after ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk has got a kid with a fraction is his name or something like that. Some kind of weird decimal point thing. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. B squared plus C. He's got the Pythagorean theorem. People name their kids all sorts of wacky names, right? They do.
Mm-hmm.
They
sometimes after things to get a paycheck. They're going to name a crunchy burrito or whatever,
Right.
crunch wrap.
Right, like there's a contest, want to win $5,000 in free crunch wraps for life. A woman says she's desperately trying to get her brother to rethink the name of his son after he came up with the unusual name while smoking meat in his garden. This guy apparently wants to name his kid Brisket.
It's not even the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Which isn't a bad name. Hey, Brisket, what's up? Brisky, Briscoe. Brisket. You hear that in a crowded room?
I've heard worse.
You know, maybe at a concert. Brisket! You know who you're talking to. Talking to Brisket.
Maybe nickname. Like name him something else and then call him. His nickname's Brisket.
Woman said her 29-year-old brother and his 27-year-old wife expecting their first child together. They've been trying to come up with a name for some time. It's probably like day one stuff, right? You get pregnant, unless you already have it all set in stone, right?
You're thinking of stuff. You're just constantly generating ideas.
Right.
How's the mom feel about Brisket?
Inspiration struck the father-to-be when he was smoking meat in his backyard. He's now stuck on naming his child after a cut of meat, leaving the rest of the family very confused.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Just nickname him Brisket, Dad. Don't name him Brisket.
What if you call him Briscoe and his nickname is Brisket?
Meat off?
Meat off? The woman shared a post on Reddit that her brother is dead set on naming his child Brisket, argued against any criticisms his family might have about the highly unusual name. She wrote, quote, "He told everyone at Sunday dinner that if it's a boy, they want to name him Brisket. Yes, like the barbecue dish."
You want to eat the meat out of my pocket?
At first, we all thought he was joking, but nope, he doubled down.
Right.
Said it's strong, masculine, unforgettable. My sister-in-law looked kind of uncomfortable, but didn't say much. My mom nearly choked on her iced tea. So yeah, this he's bullying the wife.
Into Brisket?
Not
happening. Pulled pork, porterhouse, tenderloin.
Filet.
Yeah,
What's up,
where do you
filet?
go with that?
The woman tried to tell her brother that Brisket could be a cute nickname.
See, there you go.
But wouldn't work as a real name. But he got defensive and accused her of trying to crush his creativity. I tried to gently suggest that maybe Brisket could be a cute nickname or at least a middle name, but he got defensive, went on his rant about society's obsession with boring names.
Okay,
now he wants his
all
son
right,
to, quote,
settle
stand
down,
out.
Dude.
Well, yeah. If he makes it to the NFL, hey, check out this wide receiver, Brisket. Wait a minute, is that his real name? Now my brother isn't talking to me. My mom says I should have just smiled and let it go since it's not my baby. My dad, on the other hand, muttered something about poor little Brisket and hasn't stopped shaking his head.
Poor little bit Brisket.
Look, dude, you have to know you're setting your kid up for bullying. That doesn't necessarily, I mean...
Holding my little brisket of joy.
Brisket. Where are you going this weekend? Over to Brisket's house?
Mm-hmm.
What were you and Brisket doing this weekend? We were swimming, hanging out, riding bikes.
Baby is beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. It's Brisket. Brisket. This guy, South Carolina, man arrested after authorities say that he was creating a foul odor at a high school. According to the Florence County Sheriff's Office, between August 25th and September 19th, so we're talking almost a full month, Alexander Lewis, a teaching assistant at West Florence High School, is alleged to have sprayed an odor designed to imitate fecal matter that you acquired online. Poop spray.
I'm the party pooper.
Yeah.
Had some. I've encountered it.
Used to come in little glass bottles, and you would go in the bathroom, and there was a little yellow inside, like a little yellow liquid, and you'd smash them. And it's like sulfuric acid or whatever, right? It's like a sulfur smell. So
we have the fart spray, remember when we had that? Same.
God, that thing was rancid. We couldn't even get close to the packaging. It was so bad. Using the spray caused disruption at the school, required children to seek medical attention for respiratory issues. These kids are soft. They need some Tylenol. West Florence also required to spend $55,000 for inspection and for damages to the school's air conditioning system. So this guy's like,
all right, well,
Mission Impossible style, getting into the vents and dropping little hits of poop spray in there so he stinks up the whole entire school.
Ram it up your poop shoe.
I'm here for the joke. Like a one-time deal or a thing that makes a... But now you're putting it in the air ventilating systems. And
he's taking the cover off the thing and getting in there and he's shimmying all around like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. To put his little vials of poop spray all over the place.
He may have taken it too far. I'm
for
here
a
for
month. He was doing this.
That's what I'm saying. That may, as a teacher, that may be a little too much.
August 25th and September 19th. Those are the dates. This guy,
he's crawling around in the air.
Former teaching assistant, is up there spraying poop spray all over the place. Lewis, who's 32, being held at the local jail while he awaits bond. Situation remains under investigation. $55,000 sounds like a lot of money to spend on inspection and damages. I mean, that stuff clears out on its own eventually, right? Like you run the AC for a little bit, it makes its way outside. That seems excessive.
That seems like he was a little bit more than a practical joke, you know?
One time is a practical joke. Every day or every other day for a month. Oh, you know, old Alexander, he loves him some poop spray.
I'm going to climb into the ventilating system and take care of it.
Apparently.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, maybe the teacher, he's no longer there.
Yeah, certainly not going to be working there as an assistant or any other job. Last but not least, I got to be honest. If you want to see the picture, you'll know what I'm talking about. I thought we knew who this was when I saw the story. A hashtag Florida woman has been arrested for an alleged attack using silly string.
Why is this news about pranks? Silly string is usually a prank, or it's a fun celebration.
Investigators say that the battery occurred on Thursday nights at a bar in Clearwater, Florida. As detailed in the arrest affidavit, Crystal Watts confronted the victim and began spraying him with silly string until the can was empty. She then allegedly threw the can at the victim, a guy named Jesse Hammock. Silly string can struck this guy in the forehead, causing a laceration. The affidavit did not identify a motive for the silly string attack. She was arrested for battery, spent the night in custody before she was out on bond. The phone number listed for the defendant in the court records turns up on an escort service website that includes a variety of explicit photos of Watts, who is identified on the website as Taylor, as opposed to Crystal Watts, which is what her real name is. The recent post of Taylor notes that she is, quote, back in the saddle and ready to ride. The online ad describes services provided and lists the escort's age at 48, and the location is Clearwater, Tampa, and St. Petersburg. Now, if you want to Google this young lady and get a look at her, you might know who I think I was thinking of. But this lady of the night, escort, assaulted this guy with some silly string. I don't know if he was, like, out on a date with her, or maybe asked what the cheapest rates were or what was going on there. But she had had enough. Maybe the silly string was involved in some sort of sexual escapade.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And then he got himself a laceration on his forehead for his troubles.
It's just a silly string thing. I mean, is it that big of a deal?
Yeah. Maybe there was a lack of payment on his behalf. Right?
That made her angry in the first place?
He agreed to services provided, and she did not get the money.
Article, but not the the mugshot of the day. Here we go. Is this it? She'd have to dye her hair.
You know what I'm saying, though.
Mm-hmm.
Escorts in Florida beating up dudes, the Johns with the silly string.
Didn't beat him up. She sprayed him with some silly string.
Threw the can at him. Laceration on his forehead. That guy's he's gonna have a scar. He's gonna suffer. He's a disfigured human being
my gosh.
for the rest
Can't
of his
he just
life.
go home and figure it out? Put a Band-Aid
Honey,
on
what
that.
happened to your forehead? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I was at work and
But instead of it's news now, it's
a
make it
raccoon
up.
came out of nowhere.
Yes.
Scratched
Bad
me right on the
swing with the
forehead.
hammer, honey.
Yeah. Threw the can at the guy. Not clear why she attacked him. Unclear what their relationship is, but her phone number goes to an escort service. Maybe that was the situation there. Maybe a unpaid debt.
A transaction gone wrong.
Very wrong. Very wrong. Bad news, happy music. We'll get to our check-ins after Stone Sour.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
rockmornings.com. Head to the website for all our contact info. Download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app, or download them both. And submit your voicemails, pictures, and videos through the apps. Got a couple of different voicemails this morning from a couple of different people. If they're going to play. See if they play here. Waiting on it.
Waiting for your update on your situation.
Brian, I just gotta know, were you able to find those tie downs or not?
No, I was not. I looked all throughout my house again yesterday when I got home from work.
This is a bucket of
every nook and cranny.
various stakes that you use to put up your holiday
To
decorations.
secure my holiday decorations to my lawn.
And there's no way your bucket would have just gotten in the trash.
No.
It's just missing.
Yeah, it's gone. I don't know where it is. So I'm going to go and buy new stakes today. Thank you very much for asking, but the stakes are gone.
My girlfriend does the same thing when she finds a dress with pockets. It's like a whole nother level for them.
Yeah.
She rejoices in her pockets in her dress.
They love pockets.
Yeah.
I, again, ran into a girl at a bar like 2 years ago, had a really nice, pretty dress on. I said, oh, it's a nice dress. And she immediately shot up from the bar stool, spun around, stuck her hands in the pockets, and said, thanks, it's got pockets. And was like a toddler showing you a quarter.
Or look at my new shoes.
Yeah, look how fast I can run. It was hilarious.
He's got pockets.
Rob texted in, said, no exaggeration. My wife did that same thing when she was complimented on her dress one time. I was like, what a strange thing to be proud of. Well, as I was reading Rob's text, I looked down and You've
got 6, 7 pockets?
I've got Well, I've got the 2 here, I've got the 2 down here, and then the 2 in the back. So I've got 6 pockets. I can carry everything.
So you understand the amazingness.
I don't, because I always have
pockets.
pockets. I'm not a woman. I'm not a second-class citizen with no pockets.
I think one of my dirndls has a pocket, if I remember correctly.
I think my wife's got one too, and she's in love with that dirndl. Yeah.
This dirndl has a pocket.
Aaron texted in and said, "My niece's boyfriend is named Diesel. LOL." I've heard kids named Diesel. I've heard of that.
Well, this is Brisket.
But this guy wants to name his kid Brisket. I got a message on Facebook from my guy, Black Nick. He said, "Brisket sounds like a dog's name. People are crazy, man." Come here, Brisket. You want a treat? You want a treat, little Brisket?
Maybe the nickname, like we said, but...
my guy, Jeff, hashtag not Jeff, texted me. You got to see. Jeff, you got to stop doing voice to text. This thing is a hack job.
Is it a disaster?
It's disgusting.
What is
it took me several attempts to figure out what the hell he was talking about. I think if Malay Check didn't coach, he'd lose the girlfriend as he'd lose the spotlight. Malay Check. So I obviously assumed he was talking about Belichick.
Yeah, voice to... Yes.
Then he said Andy's coming to his first pet show. Grant is coming to his first pat show. And I don't think it's his first pat show. I think it's...
His first tapping.
Hashtag not Jeff. Got to work on that voice to text a little bit. Maybe preview it before you hit the send button. I said that Jordan Hudson is going to ride that horse until she's in the will.
I saw the outfit.
Yeah, she's not leaving that behind, man. She's not dating that for a while just to get some shine. She's getting the rings and the boat and all the money. She's getting it all. Yeah. You don't go through all that just to be not in the will.
I saw the...
Oh, I know.
The boots. They were made for walking.
Yeah, they were.
They were. Ooh.
Thank you for all the correspondence. Good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.